We were brought into a secret room, far beneath the military base. There were 4 of us altogether. A high-ranking general is waiting in the room, all ready to share the details of whatever new crisis had cropped up this week. We saluted like the good soldiers we were and sat down. Behind the general is a map of a strange-looking island, and my heart skipped a beat. All I could think about was, were we going to war? My squad mates and I would eventually find that answer to be yes, but we could have never guessed against who. "Welcome, gentlemen," the general said. The general paced back and forth looking concerned, then continued. "This is Nowhere Island. Now I know none of you have never heard of it before. You know how I know? Because 72 hours ago it didn't exist. About 60 hours ago, the bigwigs up in Washington sent special forces in to investigate. They were supposed to check back 10 hours ago. They never did. So now the ball's in our court. You 4 have been hand-selected for the reconnaissance mission only. Apparently, the suits would rather keep this all under wraps for now. That means you boys will be going in blind. Mark the territory, find survivors, report what you find. Nothing else. You got it? After that, Washington plans to send in another squad to pick up the pieces and cover this up." One of the other squad members leaned back and scoffed. Daryl, I think. "Guess we're stuck with all the dirty work again," he said. "Won't be the first time. Won't be the last. Difference here is, this operation is under wraps from top to bottom. There's no glory lost here. Not this time. We'll have everyone floating around in the same boat for once," the general said. Franco said, "Yeah, we'll see about that." "Bottom line," the general continued, "you 4 weren't picked for your good looks. Washington's keeping the lid pretty tight on this one. There's stuff they know they'd rather we not know. You 4 are the best. The most ready and able to adapt to anything you find there. Get it? This ain't your first rodeo, so you're going to go out there and get the job done right. Show those greenhorns how a real elite unit carries out a mission. Do I make myself clear?" Everyone straightened in their chairs. "Sir, yes, sir," the squad shouted in unison. "Very good," said the general. The general nodded and pointed to the map. "Strict orders from the president. Your landing zone will be here. You're going to move up to this location to where the first team was last seen. Do your job and get out. Let me be clear. Under no circumstances are you to deviate from this path, and under no circumstances are you to retrieve anything from the site. Understand? You don't come back with anything you didn't leave here with. Am I understood?" Again, we all responded in unison. "Sir, yes, sir." The general took a deep breath and looked us over one more time. "Then get ready," he said. "Your ship leaves in 45 minutes. Don't be late." 45 minutes we were off. Just like the general said. One small speedboat to get us where we needed to go. There wasn't much talking. We were all hardened soldiers. We all knew how to hide our emotions, but even still, I could tell everyone was nervous. Oddly enough, it wouldn't be until we got to the island that things got a little easier. At least for a little while. Up until our world was turned upside down. Franco slowed the boat as we approached the island. We came ashore on the same beach the general had pointed to on the map. If nothing else, we started off on the right foot. "All right, everybody out," Daryl ordered. The 4 of us strolled right onto the beach just like the general told us to do. Daryl took lead. Everyone checked their weapons just like we were supposed to. "Look sharp, folks," he said. "Don't want to get caught off guard like the last boys who strolled through here. Try staying sharp yourself." "Remember, once you die, I'm in command," Franco said. Daryl laughed. "You better hope that doesn't happen or you really would have to step up. I bet you're messing your pants at the thought." "Sir, no, sir," Franco said. "Might I suggest we cut the banter? We're heading into an unknown situation, and Washington's silence on what's out here isn't helping much, Tommy said. You really think they know that much more than they're saying? Franco asked. All we know is that we're on an island where they lost a whole team. They might as well have said we're going south. Nothing to help at all. Nah, when the big brass is this tight-lipped, something's going on. Something serious, said Tommy. The sound of rustling leaves caused us to stop. Anyone else feel that? Frank asked. Sounded like a bomb. Or, Tommy started, maybe something crashing. Should we check it out? Franco asked. No. Wait, Darrell said. He heard the loud thud again. The ground shook beneath our feet. We heard the leaves rustle again. What the hell is that? Franco asked. You know what that sounded like to me? No. No, that's impossible, Tommy said. What? What's impossible? Franco asked. It sounds like footsteps. Tommy was suddenly cut off when a head of what looked like a T-Rex swooped down from the nearby trees and caught Darrell in its jaws. I remember all of us looking up at him in shock as it devoured our leader. Is that? Frank said. It's a freaking dinosaur, Tommy shouted. Spread out! Move, Franco ordered. We ran through the jungle as fast as we could. We ran until we reached what seemed to be an old armory. The word Nexus was traced on the side. There were a few crates stacked outside. The words on the side read, Heavy Ordnance. Unfortunately, they were still locked. I had to hold off the T-Rex until we managed to get them open. Finally, I heard the sound of the crates being opened. Tommy took out the rocket launcher from inside and loaded it. Before he could fire, a swarm of smaller dinosaurs fell on him. They all looked like raptors. They came down on him so fast he was already half eaten by the time I got there. So I shot them up and grabbed the rocket launcher for myself. I took aim and fired. Franco is breathing heavy, trying to recover from the ordeal and make sense of what had happened. He paced back and forth in thought. What the hell was all that? A T-Rex? A swarm of raptors? Are we really on an island infested with friggin' dinosaurs? Franco asked. Franco stopped in front of the armory. And all this stuff, where did it come from? I thought no one was living on this island. Hell, I thought this island just appeared overnight. I mean, you saw the maps, the studies. This island hadn't even existed until just a few days ago. Now we find a fully stocked armory, and 2 of our team were just eaten by things that supposedly died thousands, millions of years ago. And what does this mean? Nexus. Is that some kind of organization? Some kind of a code? What? He asked. Franco turned toward me, then looked down at his watch, checking the time and out location. Not good. We're way off the path now, Franco said. Suddenly, the radio goes off. Someone was trying to contact us. That's probably the general now, he said. Franco clicks the radio on. Hello, is that you, General? Come in, he said. Someone responded over the radio, but it wasn't the general. It was a woman. Is anyone there? Hello, can you read me? She said. Franco gave me a look and then responded. Yeah, we read you. Who is this? Franco asked. Oh, thank goodness. Survivors. Listen, my name is Tanya. I was one of the scientists here, before everything went downhill, she said. Hold on. Did you say scientist? Frank asked. Yes, that's right. I was told they were sending in help to get us out of here. But it's been a long time. I wasn't sure if anyone was coming or if anyone was left alive at all, Tanya said. Then Franco said, I'm sorry, ma'am, but how is that possible? It's true, they did send a team in some time back, but they never reported in. The big cats thought they were all dead, so they sent us in to check for surviving soldiers. We didn't know anything about no bloodthirsty dinosaurs. We didn't know anything about any projects. They didn't tell us anything. As far as we knew, this whole island just appeared out of nowhere. There weren't supposed to be any settlements here." There was a long pause. "Then you're not cleared," Tanya said. "It's happened before," said Franco. Another short pause came up. "Hello? Tanya, you still there?" he called out to her. It took a while, but Tanya eventually responded. "Yes. All right. I really shouldn't do this, but seeing we're kind of in a life-or-death situation here, I guess I'll have to fill you in." "Great. Finally someone with some sense," Franco said. "But not over the radio. Look, if you just keep heading towards the center of the island, you should come across a lab with a yellow flag out front." "I'll be there," Tanya said. "Yellow flag?" Franco asked. "Yes. Can you handle that?" Tanya asked. "Oh, I think we can manage," Franco said. "Oh, and don't try radioing out. It won't work," Tanya said. "What do you mean it won't work?" Franco asked. "This island is protected by a field. No radio waves in or out. It was designed that way," Tanya said. What do you mean, designed?" Frank asked. Tanya sighed. "Just get over here and I'll explain what I can," Tanya said. There is an audible click and she was gone. "Scientists. Well, you heard the lady. Let's get going," Franco said. After all that running around, we finally made it to the science lab Tanya had told us about. A torn yellow flag was hanging from a pole out front. I was almost relieved to see the building. Something normal in a place where madness had taken roost. Then we tugged on the doors to find it was locked. Our day went downhill from there. Franco gets the radio and contacted Tanya again. "All right, we're outside, but the door's locked," Franco said. "Oh, right, I forgot. Give me a second. I need to punch in the code," Tanya said. The sound of dinosaurs could be heard nearby. "Hey, Tanya, can you hurry it up in there? I think we're going to have company pretty soon," Franco said. Just hold on," Tanya said. "What's taking so long?" Frank asked. "Well, I don't actually know the code," Tanya said. "Excuse me?" Frank asked. "The lead scientist kept it in his drawers here somewhere," Tanya said. The sounds got closer. "Well, hurry up," Franco said. "Being rude won't help anyone," Tanya said. "Pretty please hurry up," Franco said. The two men saw a raptor emerge from the jungle, followed soon after by several more. "Never mind, I guess," Franco said. "You ready?" "Let's go," Franco said. On the ground was what looked like a prototype shotgun that fires acid rounds. After the raptors were all killed, the doors clicked, unlocked. "Got it," Tanya shouted. "Awesome. Just in time to be late," Franco said. "What did I tell you about being rude?" Tanya asked. The lab was mostly empty inside. My partner looked around in amazement. He couldn't believe how such a magnificent structure could have been already built on an island that had just appeared that morning. I could. I still don't know why, but I remember not being so surprised. At least, not until we ran into the Triceratops. We entered one room to see a Triceratops sniffing for food, right beside a big hole in the wall where it had burst through. "Oh, I almost forgot. Watch out for the Triceratops. It managed to force its way in here earlier," Tanya said. "You forgot about the Triceratops? What about telling us about the big hole in the wall we could have come through?" Franco asked. "Oh, yeah. Oops," Tanya said. "Anyway, come on. Triceratops are supposed to be herbivores, right? He's probably friendly." "At a distance," Franco said. Franco tried to move past the dinosaur. He would soon find out what a mistake that would be. "Wait, you don't understand," Tanya shouted. The Triceratops reared its head over to look back at us and charged, attacking just as savage as any predator might. "What was that all about?" Franco asked. "Yeah, About that, I don't think you'll find any peaceful dinosaurs here, Tanya said. Why not? Franco asked. Tanya said, just get over here. I'll try to tell you what I can. Now who's being rude? Franco said. Please just get over here, Tanya said. Yes, ma'am, Franco said. We eventually found Tanya in the main control room. She seems young, likely not a high-ranking scientist on site. Hello, I'm Tanya Belova, intern at the Nexus Project, Tanya said. All right, start talking. What is all this? What exactly is the Nexus Project? Why were my two squad mates just killed? And why are there dinosaurs running around everywhere? Franco asked. Tanya sighed and paces the room in thought, as if trying to convince herself to do something she knew might likely end her career. Come on. We don't have all day. This place could be overrun any time now. All right, Tanya said. Tanya stopped pacing, faced us, and said, let's start from the top. This island was carefully selected many years ago by a secret coalition of several leading governments. At first, it was just forbidden, left off maps, out of the way. As time went on, new technology was created, technology that was eventually used to fully hide the island. But why? Putting aside that most of the leading governments hate each other, why go through all this? Franco asked. Well, remember that little incident during the 1940s? The one that took place in Roswell, New Mexico? Tanya asked. You're talking about aliens now, Franco asked. Yes and no. The fact is, the public's suspicions were true. Aliens did crash land. Along with a few bodies and some wreckage, it taught world leaders one thing. We were in serious danger, Tanya said. What danger? Franco asked. Then Tanya said, the alien tech recovered from the site told us that these beings were far more advanced than we were. So advanced that, should they have decided to attack, taking over the world would have been a breeze. A secret alliance was formed. Soon after that, this island became home to the Nexus Project, a cabal of scientists, researchers, and weapons specialists brought together from around the world for one secret purpose: provide Earth with a fighting chance should aliens decide to invade. Nexus is a weapons project, Franco said. Then Tanya said, not just any weapons project, the weapons project. Since we worked in secret, we weren't held down by modern ethical standards. We could do what we wanted, get as dangerous as we wanted. In fact, we were encouraged to do so. Nexus's first accomplishment was to reverse engineer an alien cloaking device they picked up from Roswell. So the island has literally been invisible, Franco said. That's probably why the island just seemed to appear overnight, Tanya said. So these dinosaurs, they're just another result of a weapons experiment? Franco asked. Yes. Well, I believe so, Tanya said. You don't know? Franco asked. What part of intern don't you understand? Tanya asked. But you know all that other stuff, Franco said. Of course, it's all required reading. Basic knowledge you need to have just to work here. Professor Stone never let me in on any of the real juicy projects. I didn't rank high enough, Tanya said. Who's Professor Stone? Franco asked. Tanya said, the lead scientist on the Nexus project. It was his code I used to let you two in. He was the one who turned the island visible again in an attempt to call for help. I don't know where he is now. But if anyone can shed some light on this dinosaur problem, it's him. Then finding him will probably be a good idea, Franco said. If he's still alive, Tanya said. Another thing. That team they sent in before us. If no one can radio out, how were they supposed to contact the outside world? Franco asked. There's a generator somewhere on the island that powers the radio jammer. I would guess they'd plan to shut that down, Tanya said. Great. Where is it? Franco asked. I don't know. It's somewhere on the eastern part of the island, but that's really it, Tanya said. All right then. We'll go look for the generator first and call for help. Then we'll look for Professor Stone, Franco said. Great. I'll see if I can block up that hole in the wall. You two can still contact me on the radio should you need me, Tanya said. Franco looked at me and said, All right, brother. Let's head out. We found the generator in a hidden cave. The whirring sound echoed against the walls. It was almost calming in a way. It was supposed to be easy. Even today, that thought keeps ringing in my head. It should have been easy. But the chance of any part of it being easy flew out the window when we found the bodies of Team 1. The mutilated bodies of Team 1 were scattered all over the ground. Looks like we found Team 1. Geez, what a mess, Franco said. Franco paused a moment and said, Hold on. Do you see that? Check out the marks on some of them. These aren't from teeth. If I didn't know any better, I'd say... He paused again. Maybe we should just shut this thing down and get out of here quick. All right, Tanya, how do we shut this thing down? Franco asked. Tanya said. Let me guess. You don't know, Franco said. Intern, remember? Tanya asked. Right. Well, can you at least give us a few suggestions? Franco asked. You're a soldier, right? Figure it out, Tanya said. The radio clicked off. I guess we're back down to the basics, Franco said. Before we could get to work, we heard a loud thud, just like the one we heard when we first arrived on the island. Except this one was a little different. This time, however, the approaching footstep was followed by the sound of a Gatling gun revving up. Soon after, a T-Rex stepped through the entrance of the cave. This T-Rex was armed with 2 Gatling guns attached to its shoulders and a metal mask. This just keeps getting worse, doesn't it? What's next? Anyway, let's get rid of this generator and give the general a call, Franco said. Franco got back on the radio and tried to call up the general again. He answered and said, Where the hell have you boys been? I've been waiting for the... The radio had cut off. Franco tried getting him back. General! General! You still reading me? You two are shaping up to be far more trouble than you're worth, he said. Who is this? Franco asked. You don't know? He asked. The man chuckled. You really must be on the lowest number rung of the ladder, eh? He asked. Just shut up and tell me, Franco said. My name is Professor Bartholomew Stone. Welcome to my island, said the man. Your island? What the hell are you talking about? Franco asked. I trust you've already run into some of my pets, yes? Stone asked. Pets? You mean those dinosaur freaks? Franco asked. Yes, quite the marvel of super science, aren't they? Stone asked. You could say that, Franco said. I could, but I won't, Stone said. Yeah. Why not? Franco asked. Because they're not ours. And by ours, I mean they aren't from Earth, said Stone. Are you trying to tell me those dinosaurs are aliens? Franco asked. Well, yes and no, Stone said. And what does that mean? Franco asked. Tell me, do you know the name of our little community here? Stone asked. You mean the Nexus Project? Franco said. Very good. Do you know why it's called Nexus? Stone asked. All right, I'll bite. Why? Franco said. I can't answer everything for you. Well, I could, but I won't. Maybe you'll find out. Maybe you'll die. I suppose we'll see, Stone said. The radio went silent. That was strange. I have a real bad, mad scientist feeling here. Let's head back. I think we need to talk with Tanya about this, Frank said. When we got back to the lab, things had changed. 2 more Gatling Rexes had the lab surrounded. My partner tried to get Tanya back on the radio, but we didn't get an answer. That didn't leave us with much of a choice. Not much of a choice at all. "This one's going to be tough," Franco said. Franco cocked his gun and took a breath. He turned to me and said, "You ready?" "Let's go," Franco ordered. We rushed into battle against the 2 Gatling Rexes. The battle took everything we had, but the beasts were dead. Still no sign of Tanya. We just took enough time to catch our breath before making our way back into the lab. My partner had planned to force the doors open with a few rounds. We were surprised to find that they were already open. Franco pushed the doors open with his hand. "That's not right," Franco said. Then we heard a scream echo from deep inside the lab. It was pretty easy to figure out who it came from. It was Tanya. We rushed into the building. We made our way through it until we finally reached Tanya. Inside the room was Professor Bartholomew Stone. He turns to face us. Tanya is on the ground. Stone is pointing a gun at her. "I was hoping that 2 of my dinos would be enough to finish you off, but I guess you are made of sterner stuff than the others." "How delightful," Stone said. "You're Professor Stone, I take it?" Franco asked. "One and the same, my impressive friend," Stone said. "By the looks of that gun in your hand, I'm guessing all these dinosaurs running around the island is no accident," Franco asked. "Correct again," Stone said. "But why? Aren't you supposed to be the brightest minds all collected together for the greater good?" Franco asked. "Oh, wrong on that count. The Nexus Project is a little more than a weapons development center. It's a terrifying collective of all the most talented and deranged minds on the planet. After all, even for a scientist, it takes a special kind of person to willingly mess about with the laws of nature," Stone said. "But what's the point? Why set these bloodthirsty monsters loose all over the island?" Franco asked. "Simple. I was doing my job," Stone said. "How is killing everyone doing your job?" Franco said. "I created what could be the greatest and most destructive weapons in history. But as everyone knows, every weapon needs testing," Stone said. "So all this," Franco said, "from the island reappearing to luring the government's elite soldiers to my island, it has all been one big experiment. I needed to see how my pets would fare against the best humanity had to offer," Stone said. "Then your experiment was a success." "They're all dead," Franco said. "A success?" "Yes. Well, until you 2 arrived. Now I'm not so sure. Maybe a new experiment is in order," Stone said. "What new experiment?" Franco asked. Then Stone said, "I was planning to just kill Tanya. I couldn't have her helping you. That would be cheating. But I just had a grand idea. I'm going to take her with me. As motivation, you see. I'll be waiting at my personal lab. Take your time. When you're ready, come find me and we'll see who prevails. Man or monster." A Gatling Rex bashed its head through a nearby wall. Stone took Tanya and forced her onto the beast's head. The Gatling Rex walks off into the distance. We'd been searching the island for quite a while. Things just seemed to get worse and worse. Now Tanya is somewhere out there, locked away in some lab, and we can't do anything to help. The thought was getting to me, and I know it was getting to my partner just as bad. The situation seemed almost hopeless. And that's when we finally got our first piece of good news. The radio began to crackle. Franco looks confused, but still decides to answer it. "Hello?" he asked. "Can you 2 read me?" Tanya asked. It was Tanya. She was speaking in a hushed whisper, but there was no mistaking it. The voice was hers. "Tanya? How the hell?" Franco said. Then Tanya said, "Let's just say Stone might be a mad genius, but he doesn't have a clue when it comes to taking a prisoner. There aren't really any guards here. I was able to bypass security and hack into the computer terminal. But just listen, all right? Stone's lab is somewhere on the southern part of the island, but it has its own cloaking device. It was set up in case the island was ever discovered or invaded. So what, we hunt down and destroy another generator? Franco asked. Yes, but, Tanya said. But what? Franco asked. You're not going to like it. According to the plans he has on file, the generator is being kept off-site, on the back of a pterodactyl, Tanya said. How does that work? Franco asked. A psychic tether. It's something else we reverse-engineered from the aliens. It sort of works like Wi-Fi, only with energy, Tanya said. All right. So are we going to take down a pterodactyl? Franco asked. I'll leave that up to you two. I can send you the exact location of its nest, Tanya said. A few seconds passed, and Franco heard his watch beep. On his watch were the coordinates to the nest. Once you destroy that generator, finding the lab should be pretty simple. Now I gotta go. Good luck, Tanya said. Yeah, thanks. I think we're gonna need it, Franco said. Franco turned to me and spoke. Come on, let's kill us a flying lizard, Franco said. He sighed. Now those are words I never expected to say in my life, Franco said. And just like that, we were off to hunt down a pterodactyl and destroy the miracle of science some madman had strapped to its back. After a while of trudging through a dinosaur-infested jungle, we finally came across the base of the pterodactyl nest. It rested on top of a cliff. We had a long journey ahead of us. Come on, I think I found a trail we can use to get up there, Franco said. The trail was easy, at least until we were spotted by the other pterodactyls. We finally made it to the top. The pterodactyl was there just like Tanya said, and there was a small generator on its back, just like she told us there would be. The beast turned around and spotted us. I didn't have any misgivings. I knew right then it wasn't going to be easy. Look sharp. Here we go, Franco said. With one last bullet, the beast fell from the sky. It went crashing all the way down. When it landed, something went wrong in the generator and the device ignited. By then, the other pterodactyls had flown away. Sure enough, soon after the generator was destroyed, the radio began to crackle again. You did it, Tanya shouted. Her voice was still as hushed as it was before, only this time there was a little more excitement. According to the computer, the cloak should be down. The base will be visible to you, Tanya said. About time something worked out around here, Franco said. Well, it gets even better. While you boys were out dino hunting, I managed to find a map of the island that shows the exact location of Stone's lab, Tanya said. Great. Tell us and we'll be right over, Franco said. All right. Just be careful. Stone's lab is a fortress. It was really made to stand up to an invasion, and now he's got weaponized dinosaurs helping him guard the place, Tanya said. Just tell us where to find you. We'll worry about the rest, Franco said. All right. The coordinates are, Tanya said. We were doing so good. Everything was working out as well as could be expected. Then things started going south. Tanya stopped talking and static came over the radio. Then it stopped. Now, I can't make it too easy for you. Come out and find me. Tanya will be waiting for you, Stone said. The radio went silent. Who the hell put a maniac like that in charge of something this dangerous? Come on, let's move, Franco said. We found Stone's base hidden deep in the jungle, and Tanya was right. The whole thing was a fortress, fit for a siege. When we approached, we discovered that Stone had other surprises waiting for us besides the Gatling wrecks. As we approached the front gates, we were approached by a Triceratops with 3 heavy laser cannons strapped to its back and armored plating all over its body. The Tri-Cannon didn't go down easy. It was armored. We needed the use of the heavy stuff just to make a dent. When we stepped through to the lab's courtyard, we stepped right into the fire. They just kept coming, wave after wave. We needed to get inside, so we made the difficult decision. My partner worked on opening the doors. I would hold off the onslaught, all by myself. I would have to hold them off until his partner managed to open the door. We rushed into the lab and blocked the door behind us, but strangely enough, the raptors didn't try to break their way through. I thought it might have been a small reprieve. Then we found out what a curse it really was. The footstep of a Gatling Rex thudded on the ground. The dinosaur entered the room through a large opening in the wall. We made our way up the stairs to the top floor of the lab. As we climbed, we found that Stone had another test in mind. My partner used his last piece of heavy artillery to blast open the door, and we went through. But just like last time, they refused to follow. We walked through the destroyed doors, and a set of auxiliary doors slide down behind us, blocking the damaged doors. Tanya was being held in a cage that hung from the ceiling. I'd finally arrived at the heart of the lab. In the center of the room is an enormous device with crackling energy in the middle. Do you like it? Be careful. Don't want to end up your own grandfather, do you? Stone asked. Professor Stone appeared on a large screen set in the back of the room. What is that thing? Franco asked. Then Stone started to speak. Welcome to the heart of the Nexus Project, the seed of our enterprise. That is the device our community have lovingly called the Time Nexus. Its basic form once served at the heart of the alien ship that crash-landed at Roswell. As you can see, we've improved it since then. It was from this device that we discovered several essential principles that lead to our most beneficial breakthroughs. But more importantly, it was from this device that I created my dinosaur army. Allow me to demonstrate. The room began to rumble. The device Stone had called the Time Nexus began crackling with greater intensity. Then we saw the real power behind Stone's experiments. A normal T-Rex appeared in the room right in front of us. How the hell? Franco asked. The Nexus is a time machine. Stone can drag anything he wants from any time he wants. Be careful, Tanya said. Things just keep getting worse, don't they? Franco asked. To be expected. That was just a warm-up. Let's start the real fun, Stone said. Then a group of raptors appeared. Damn. The machine is overheating. But don't worry, I still have a few pets willing to keep you company, Stone said. 2 tri-cannons rose up from the floor. Here we go, Stone said. A giant pterodactyl flew out from the Nexus. One of you has to try and destroy the Nexus. If it's gone, Stone can't use it to summon more of those dinosaurs, Tanya shouted. Yeah, I thought of that, but he's not giving us a chance, Franco shouted. I have an idea. Get the pterodactyl to fly into it, Tanya said. How? Franco asked. I don't know, Tanya said. Yeah, I know. We're the soldiers, Franco said. And the Nexus was destroyed as the flying beast flew into it. For a moment, we thought we'd won. But when I looked up at the screen, Professor Stone was gone. Turns out we would find out where he'd gone. Stone burst in riding atop a T-Rex. This one was different. This one was protected by thick armor and armed with laser Gatling guns and mounted with laser cannons. Time for the final experiment. My greatest weapon versus humanity's greatest weapon. Let the battle begin, Stone said. The battle ended when Stone and his Tankosaurus Rex fell to the ground. We managed to free Talia from the cage, but the dinosaurs were there to stay.